Hey guys, it's Sarah with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we have a review and install of the Elite Series LED projector headlights with black housings and clear lenses, fitting your 18 to 20 F-150 with factory halogen headlights. This is perfect for the F-150 owner who's looking to upgrade their headlight to an LED and wants a projector-style lens that features black aftermarket styling and LED daytime running light bars. These headlights provide updated styling with their black housings and LED daytime running light bars, plus they feature all factory-style connectors for a completely plug-and-play install. They are constructed from clear, shatter-resistant lenses with automotive-grade black plastic housings that are weather-sealed to keep out dust and moisture. They feature LED high and low beam bulbs as well as bright white LED daytime running light bars, which switch to an amber sequential turn signal when activated, and these headlights are DOT approved, meaning they're legal for on-road use. So as far as price goes, these headlights come in at around $700 for the pair, putting them about middle of the road price-wise when compared to other options. And for your money, you are getting an LED headlight with projector-style lenses that also feature black styling, LED daytime running light bars, and sequential turn signals. And as far as the install goes, I'm giving this one a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter. It does feature a direct bolt-up and completely plug-and-play install and can be done within 2 hours. So with that said, let's check out that install. For this install, we used an impact gun and an electric ratchet, but a regular hand ratchet will work just fine. You'll also need 10, 8, and 7mm sockets and a pop clip removal tool. So the first step in our uninstall is to remove all of the pop clips that hold on your rad support cover. We're gonna start with this one in the corner. Grab a pop clip removal tool and get this out. While we're here, we can also remove this pop clip in the top of the headlight. This one also needs to be removed. Now continue on and remove the rest of these pop clips. If you don't have a pop clip removal tool, a flathead will also work. Don't forget about these 2 pop clips in this intake portion. These also have to be removed. And don't forget the one on the far side here as well. And now that all of your pop clips are removed, lift up slightly on the intake and slide out your rad support cover. Underneath, you'll find 2 connectors for the active grille. Go ahead and pinch down on the tab and remove these. Now we're moving on to the wheel well. We need to remove this trim piece here, and to do that, we need to remove 2 7mm bolts. Go ahead and grab that 7mm socket and get those removed. Now that you have the bolts out of this side of your trim piece, make sure you repeat that process on the other side, and then once all of the bolts are removed, you can grab each corner and pull it straight back to release the trim piece off the truck. Then once it is released, go ahead and remove it. And now that you have that trim piece removed, we can start to remove the grille. We're gonna begin with the 4 10mm bolts on top. Grab a 10mm socket and get this removed. Now we're moving on to the bottom part of the grille. With this trim piece removed, we can now see the hardware that we need to remove. There's 1 bolt that holds the grille on the inside. On your truck, it will be an 8mm. This one's been replaced, so we have a bit larger of a bolt. Go ahead and get that removed. Right next to it will be another 8mm. This one holds on the headlight, but while we're here, we're gonna remove this one as well. And also right next to that is a 10mm. Grab that 10mm socket and remove that one as well. Then we'll move on to this plastic support bracket on the side. Now this is the only bolt that goes into your headlight, but we're gonna actually remove all three and then pull this trim piece back a bit so this plastic tab can move forward. Grab that 10mm socket and get these removed. Now on top of the headlight, you'll see two more 10mm. Grab that 10mm socket and get it removed. And now that you have all the bolts removed on this side of the grill, make sure you remove them on the other side as well, and then we can grab the grill and pull it straight towards you to release the rest of the clips. And now we can start to remove our headlight. What you need to do is that plastic piece on the front that has that opening there, go ahead and put your hand in there and press down to release it from the bottom of the headlight. In addition, there's this plastic piece on the side. You can remove this, or you can just pull back slightly so that plastic tab can move past it. Once you've done that, you can wiggle your headlight out the front and remove it. From there, you'll see all the factory connectors. Go ahead and press down on the black tab and start to remove these. There are two more connectors at the back. Press down on the tabs and remove them. Then you can remove your headlight. And now that we have our factory headlight uninstalled from our truck, we can take a look at it side by side with our new headlight here. Now the biggest difference, as you may have noticed, is that black housing and LED accents. It gives you a more modern look when compared to the chrome of your factory, and it also features an important functional difference as well. This new headlight features an LED projector lens on the high and low beam, giving you a brighter and more focused beam of light when compared to the reflector and halogen bulb of your factory. So with that said, go ahead and repeat all of those steps to install your passenger side headlight. And now we can install our new headlight. We're gonna start with each connector. We're gonna start with these two that are way on the inside here, just to help us get them lined up. Go ahead and line those up and press them into place. Make sure you hear that click so you know they're fully engaged. And then we'll start to line up the headlight and then plug in that connector in the center. This one might be a little bit hard to see because of where it's located. Once all three connectors are plugged in, go ahead and line that headlight up. There is a metal tab at the back and a plastic one up front. Make sure all of those are in place. And then we can install our bolts up top. Now that the headlight is in place, go ahead and thread in those two factory bolts up top. And with your 10mm socket, tighten it down. Now line that plastic piece up in the bottom of your headlight. There should be 3 tabs there. Go ahead, wiggle it until it slides in. You'll see a threaded clip. Go ahead and grab that 10mm bolt and thread it back in. Then with your 10mm socket, tighten it down. And then right next to it, install the 8mm bolt. Get it threaded in, and then with your 8mm socket, tighten it down. Now we're on the side here. Make sure this plastic piece is sitting properly right on the side of your fender, and then we can reinstall these bolts. One will go in the side of your headlight here. Then go ahead and grab that 10mm and tighten it down. Repeat that for your other 2 bolts. And now that you have the passenger side headlight bolted up, we can get the grille reinstalled. What you're gonna do is line up the 2 large plastic tabs up top, and also line them up on the sides and bottom while you're at it. Go ahead and wiggle it in place, and then press it in each side. And now that our grill is in place, we can reinstall those factory bolts. Go ahead and get them threaded in, and then with your 10mm socket, tighten them down. Now make sure you plug in both connectors for your active grill. You will get a check engine light if you don't plug these back in. Now we can get the grill bolted on at the bottom. Now remember to reinstall the 2 bolts at the bottom corner of your grill. Ours have been replaced, but you'll need an 8mm socket to tighten yours down. And repeat that on the other side. With the grill fully bolted in on both sides, grab your trim piece and line it up. Line it up to the center of the grill first, start to slide it in place, and then clip it in at each side. Make sure it's lined up, and then pop it in. And now that we have the trim piece in place, we can reinstall the bolts. Then with your 7mm socket, tighten them down. And now that you have the trim piece bolted in on this side, make sure you repeat that on the other side. Once it's fully bolted down, we can move on to the next step, which is to line up your rad support cover. We're gonna slide it under the intake and make sure it's sitting properly. Now we can install all of our pop clips. Don't forget the pop clip in each headlight. Go ahead and get that lined up and pressed in. And then start to install your pop clips in the rad support cover. We're starting with the far corner behind the intake. That one gets a little bit hard to see. And then we'll keep moving down the line, installing the pop clips into this intake portion, and then the rest of the rad support cover. All right, and that is gonna do it for the review and install of these headlights. And remember, for all things F-150, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.